Hi guys, it's Mark from POND.college, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. Today I'm down in sunny Somerset to see Daniel from DU Waterscapes. Let's go and meet Daniel now. Hey Dan, how are we doing?
All good, thank you very much.
So what have we got here?
Gardens that way.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, so we're here in a little village called Middlezoy.
Middlezoy?
Yeah, so I think Zoy means island, and basically we're on the Somerset levels right now. And actually there was loads of archipelagos throughout this whole region.
Archipelagos, what is an archipelago?
It's an island, it's a posh word for an
right.
island. As far as I'm aware. And I think Zoy, we just scared a dove off.
Nice.
And yeah, so I think Zoy means island, so this is Middle Island in and amongst the Somerset levels.
Wow.
So
this is cool.
basically, yeah, this was just one giant wetland with ponds and different wetland scrapes and willow forests and all sorts of things going on. And obviously over time, sea levels, I think, I'm talking a long time ago here, sea levels then at that point decreased because of glacial action, and they had obviously the Arctic and the Antarctic grew. And then however many thousands of years later, or millions of years later, we've dredged the land a little bit for strong agriculture and things. And to present day, you've got a few little abundance of wetlands and things that trusts have been able to preserve. And really profitable and successful farmland. As you know, it's prone to flooding because it's one giant floodplain. But anyway, so
what have we got here?
So we're here, and we've got a 4x3 ecosystem pond.
Let's have a look.
With a, I think, 2 metre stream with about a 60 centimetre gradient change from top to bottom.
Lovely clear water.
Looking great, yeah. So we built this one
February.
So yeah, it's really faring well. Lilies have come on spectacular.
White Pondateria?
Yes, white Pondateria, which is quite nice. It's a bit different to the purple you can find normally. And yeah, it's really starting to mature well and settle in. So yeah, and the client loves it.
So what we got? We've got a skimmer on one side, biofalls on the other.
Yeah, so we've got the Signature 1000 skimmer. I prefer to use them because the adjustable faceplate gives it a bit of a chance to, and it has that closing flap, which is really handy for doing maintenance and stuff. And then at the other end we've got a 2500 biofalls. Again, a lot of filtration just to help with that water clarity, and obviously creating our falling water on a little cascade from there.
No fish?
No fish at all. This is purely just for the wildlife and its residents. We keep the skimmer on because it does keep it nice and clear and clean for them, and cost effective from putting an intake bay for time points. And yeah, so we've got a few little other additional bits on this. We've got like sort of our fun little piece of architectural bogwood over there next to our shallow little beach with some creeping potentilla coming through. Then we've got a few other little areas that we've got some lilies and some Pondateria and a few other plants that have started to sort of take off and do well.
So how did the customer find you?
I believe this was through actually a local landscape gardener or architect who's based in Taunton. She recommended us. She's recommended us a few times now, and it's building up that rapport with different designers and things. Well, even with the lady who just left then, it's good to speak to the people. And actually, the thing with ponds and water features is that it's so many different skill sets to bring together to actually make the end product. Whereas a lot of general landscapers, builders, I'm not saying they don't have the skills, but it then becomes a lot harder to actually make an ecosystem. It's not just a pond, it is an ecosystem that is thriving. We're using different components to actually help make it develop and look after itself, in essence, with a few little tweaks that, it'd be like trying to make a cake without having the recipe. Well, we know the recipe because we've done it plenty of times before, so that's why we always recommend, if you're going to have a pond in your design, bring in a specialist, and feel free to get in contact.
So what did you do here? So you did the pond, you did the waterfall, did you do the landscaping around, or is it? Yeah,
so originally there was...
We're going to have a look at the wall, or?
There was a dragonfly. Oh, there's 2 darters, look. So it's... now that might even be a ruddy darter because it's a bit smaller.
So what did you do? What was here first?
Originally there was I suppose 4-course high wall.
Yeah.
That went all the way round to the edge. I think it came to here. Must have come to about here. I can show you, we'll insert a picture now of what it would look like.
Yep.
And then it went all the way up to there and into this space here. The shelves were too small, it just didn't work. Over time it just started to fail, and it just wasn't what the client wanted in her lovely landscaped garden, which is, you know, at the abundance of, you know, butterflies flying by, dragonflies, bees and butterflies and all sorts. There's a bee, yeah, there you go, cue another dragonfly.
Yeah. Like you say, surrounded by wetland.
Yeah. So it was to get something that's a little bit more naturalistic in here, that works with having, you know, the crystal clear water and just the sound of running water. That is what we love and enjoy. And so this took a week and a half for us to build. I actually brought Callum down to give us a hand, set, you know, in the machine whilst we then built this. Yeah, and it came together really well.
So you did the landscaping as well? We did the retaining wall? Or?
We did the retaining wall. We didn't do any of the planting for this one. The client's got a bit of a green thumb, so she wanted to do that herself. But we did come in and then build this sort of different grade retaining wall with a few gnarly bits and a few smaller bits and things. So yeah, it's just a standard boulder retaining wall.
Come and show us.
Looking kind of fun. Yeah, so we set a few bigger pieces and accent boulders and things, and then just have it so it's sort of a rock slide of effect in between, you know.
Love that look there, for the lily, look at that.
If it was me, I'd have a few more maybe plants draping and crawling over through this. You know, these phlox and things will do that over time. You know, so given half a chance, maybe in a couple of years' time, they will start to then trail and come through.
Fantastic.